To get started, you want to pick your yarn. So for the hat, I'm going with this Snuggly Wuggly yarn in Dark Turquoise. For needles, I'm using my 16-inch circular needle, size 6. And you'll also be needing some double-pointed needles for finishing the crown of the hat. And you'll also be needing a stitch marker. So you want to start off by taking your main color and your needles and cast on 99 stitches. So once you have all 99 stitches, you want to make sure they're straight on the needle, and you're going to add your stitch marker. And we're going to begin a garter stitch border for 5 rows. So because we're working in the round, we're going to be knitting 1 row and purling 1 row. So you want to start off with the purl row, and then we're going to switch to a knit row and go back and forth for 5 rows to get our garter stitch border. So once you have your 5 garter stitch rows, we're going to do an increase row. So every 11 stitches we're going to increase. So we're just going to knit across 11. And then we're going to do an increase where you take the string over your left hand around your thumb like this. So you just pull it tight, swoop your thumb so it goes around the back, and then we're just going to pull up the loop off our thumb and then pull it onto our needle, and that's our increase. Then we're going to knit 11 more. So you just pull it out with your left hand, swoop your thumb over and under, and then pull the loop off your thumb and then pull it tight on your needle. And you're going to repeat that all the way around, and that's going to add 9 stitches, so our count will be 108. So now we're going to begin our pattern for our hat, and if you have to do any alterations to the size, it's in multiples of 18 stitches. So this is a pretty simple pattern because we're going to start off by knitting 4 rows. So we're just going to knit 4 plain rows before we begin our pattern row. So this makes it real easy. It's in the round, just knit every row. And you're just going to repeat that for 4 rows. So now for row 5, we're going to start off by purling 2 together 3 times. So we got 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to knit 1, yarn over, and we're going to repeat that 5 more times. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to purl 2 together 3 more times. So because we're going from a yarn over to a purl, you're in the position of a yarn over, you're just going to wrap it 1 more time and come back to the front so we lock it on our needle. And we're going to purl 2 together 3 times. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to repeat that across. So just remember, when you go from a yarn over to a purl, double yarn over so we lock it on our needle. So once you make it back around, row 6 is just a plain knit row. And then from here, we're just going to repeat rows 1 through 6 until our hat measures 7 inches. And I'll come back in a little bit to show our pattern a little bit more. And you're just going to knit your yarn overs when you come to them. You're just going to repeat rows 1 through 6 for 7 inches from the cast on edge. So here's more to the hat and what the pattern will end up looking like. So once you have your 7 inches of your hat, you can see your wave pattern really nice. We're going to start our decreases. So the decrease is going to begin with a repeat of knit 16, knit 2 together. And you're just going to repeat that all the way across your hat, and in between your decrease rows, you're just going to do a plain knit row. So you just knit 16 and then knit 2 together. Then for row 3, we're going to knit 15. Knit 2 together. So then just repeat this until you end up with 54 stitches. So once you've worked your decreases and you're down to your 54 stitches, we're going to start decreasing every stitch. So you want to start off with a knit 2 together, and then repeat that all the way around. So we're going to decrease our stitches by half. And at any point you can switch to double pointed needles like I've already done. So once you work that decrease row, you'll end up with 27 stitches. And now we're going to do the same thing again. So you just want to knit 2 together all the way around to take our stitches down one more time. So when you work it around, you'll end with just a knit 1, and then you're just going to cut your yarn and tie up the end. Hope you guys enjoyed this hat. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.